Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? Today we're looking at Goodle Proofer,
Oh, yeah.
this AI that's doing something pretty amazing in math.
Yeah, creating formal proofs.
The kind of stuff that, only mathematicians used to be able to do.
Exactly. It's really changing what we thought AI could do with reasoning.
So you said formal proofs. Most people just think of like, doing math.
Right.
So what makes these proofs so special? Why is it a big deal for AI?
Well, think about how we reason as humans, right? We use intuition and like analogies,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even a bit of guesswork. But computers need a stricter system.
Uh-huh.
That's where formal reasoning comes in. It uses a specific language so every step can be checked.
Oh, I see.
Absolutely no room for error.
Like the difference between explaining something to a friend or presenting evidence in court.
Yeah, exactly. One's casual, the other needs to be airtight.
Makes sense.
And for AI to really get math, it needs these formal languages like Lean or Isabel.
Right, cock too. I think I saw that in the paper.
Yep, all these tools that let computers understand math in a way that's totally verifiable.
So the paper mentioned Goodle Prover was trained on this huge data set called Numina.
Right.
I think something like 860,000 math problems and solutions, but it's not just dumping info into the AI, is it?
It's way more complicated than that. And actually, that's where the challenge lies.
Okay.
People, big difference between like informal math data,
Uh-huh.
like in Numina, and formalized data that a computer can understand.
Hmm.
It's almost like trying to teach someone a new language with only a few sentences written down.
Oh, wow. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a huge bottleneck for the whole field.
So how did they even deal with that lack of data? How do you teach an AI when there aren't many examples to learn from?
Well, they got creative. They started by training AI models called formalizers
Okay.
to translate those informal math problems from Numina into Lean the computer language.
Oh, wow.
And get this, they used two different formalizers
Oh, really?
trained on different data to mix up the translation styles.
So even the way you translate a problem can change how well the AI gets it.
Exactly. And it actually double-checks its own translations, too.
What?
Make sure they're grammatically correct in Lean.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, pretty impressive attention to detail, right? But then, once they had all these formalized problems,
Yeah.
then they could actually train the AI prover itself.
And that's where that expert iteration method comes
You
in.
got it, yeah.
It sounds kind of intense.
It is like boot camp for this AI.
Uh-huh.
So Goedel Proofer starts by making a bunch of proof attempts
Okay.
and then checks them against Lean to see which ones are right.
Uh-huh.
It uses those successes to get better.
So it's constantly practicing and refining its technique.
Exactly. Like a student mastering a tough concept.
Cool. And all that training led to some pretty good results.
Oh, yeah. Some impressive stuff. It's crushing these standard benchmarks like Mini F2S.
Which is?
It tests like high school to Olympiad level problems.
Oh, wow. So it's not just textbook stuff then.
No, it even tackled the Putnam bench.
Those are the crazy hard college competition problems.
Yep, and it solved 7 of them.
Wow. That's really impressive.
It is. It shows how far AI's come in this high-level math reasoning.
But doesn't this also mean it's not perfect?
Right, of course not. It's better at some types of problems than others.
Like what?
It seems to do really well with algebra and calculus,
Okay.
where the steps are more procedural, but with more abstract theoretical problems like those in the ProofNet benchmark, it struggles a bit.
So not replacing mathematicians anytime soon?
Not yet, haha, but it's definitely making us rethink what AI can do.
For sure. So the paper also mentioned something that surprised me.
Oh, yeah.
They tried adding this huge library of pre-proven theorems called MATLib4
Right.
to help Goodle Prover, but sometimes it actually made it worse.
Uh-huh.
I thought more information was always better, especially in math.
You would think that. Right. But it seems like sometimes
Yeah.
too much info can overwhelm the AI,
Hmm.
makes it harder to find the most efficient proof.
So it's almost like getting lost in a library with too many books.
Exactly. You might have all the knowledge, but finding what you need becomes the problem.
Interesting. So it's not just about throwing data at the problem.
Right. We need to think about how AI uses that knowledge.
Okay, so Goodle Prover is powerful, but not perfect. What are some other limitations?
Well, one thing they highlight is its reliance on these high-level tactics.
What does that mean?
It's like taking shortcuts to the answer,
Oh, okay.
instead of breaking the proof down step by step,
I see.
like a human might.
So it's getting the job done, but maybe not in the most elegant way.
Yeah, good way to put it. And another thing is the lack of search.
Search.
Yeah, and dynamic interaction with Lean. It's pretty one-sided right now.
Uh-huh.
The AI generates a proof, and that's it. No back and forth.
So it's not really thinking things through in a dynamic way.
Exactly. It's more like one shot in the dark.
Gotcha.
Imagine if it could actually talk to the proof assistant,
Oh, wow.
try different things, and get feedback.
That would be cool.
That could unlock a whole new level of reasoning power.
And it makes me think back to those tools they talked about, like SIMPI,
Yeah,
or symbolic calculation.
right.
They thought it could help AI with some of the more tedious parts of proofs.
It could definitely be promising.
Yeah, like giving our AI a superpowered calculator.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So it can focus on the big ideas.
right. It's a really interesting question, though.
What is?
What other tools could we use to make AI even better at math?
Yeah, that's something to think about.
Definitely.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive.
It is.
We went from like what formal reasoning even is to
Yeah.
the cutting edge of AI research.
For sure.
You're practically an expert now.
Uh-huh.
But before we go, I want to step back a bit and look at the bigger picture.
Sounds good.
It's amazing that AI can tackle these super complex math problems.
It is.
But what does it all mean for the average person?
That's a good question.
Why should someone who isn't a mathematician care about this?
It's easy to get lost in the details, but this stuff has some crazy potential applications.
Like what?
Imagine AI that can help us design better algorithms,
Okay.
or even find new math concepts that we can't even understand yet.
Wow.
It could change so many fields.
So it's not just about math then?
No, not at all.
This could have real impact on like engineering, finance, medicine, the list goes on.
Exactly. Think about self-driving cars.
Okay.
AI that can prove their software is correct
Wow.
could make them way safer.
That would be huge.
Or imagine AI helping to design new drugs
Oh, wow.
by finding patterns in biological data that we miss.
That's incredible.
And don't forget education too, AI tutors that can guide students through complex proofs.
Yeah.
It could really change how we learn.
That's amazing. It's not about replacing mathematicians then.
Right, it's about giving them new tools and insights.
It's like having an AI collaborator.
Exactly.
It really feels like we're on the edge of some huge breakthroughs.
It does.
But like with any powerful tech, we gotta be careful.
Absolutely.
Think about the ethics of it all.
Very important.
So to everyone listening, I hope this deep dive got you thinking
I hope so.
about the incredible potential of AI in math.
Me too.
Remember, this is just the beginning. Who knows what amazing discoveries are waiting for us?
Yeah, it's exciting to think about.
Keep exploring and questioning. And until next time, happy thinking.
Happy thinking. Yeah, it really shows how complex this is.
Mhm.
It's not just about teaching AI to like solve problems.
Right.
It's about teaching it to understand the language of math.
Oh,
And
wow.
all the ways we express those ideas.
Yeah. The paper also talked about something that kind of surprised me.
Oh yeah, what's that?
They tried adding this massive library
Right.
of pre-proven theorems.
Mm-hmm.
It's called MathLeap 4, I think,
Yeah.
to help Gödel prover. But it actually made it perform worse sometimes.
Interesting, right.
Yeah, I thought more info was always good, especially in math.
You'd think so, but it seems like in some cases,
Mm-hmm.
too much information can be a bad thing.
Really?
Yeah, it can overwhelm the AI,
Hmm.
make it harder to find the right path to a proof.
So it's like having too many options, almost.
Yeah, exactly. Like being lost in a library with millions of books.
Right. You might have all the knowledge there,
Uh-huh.
but finding what you need is the real problem.
That's a great way to put it.
So it's not just about more data, then.
Right, it's about how that data is used.
Okay, so Gödel prover is powerful,
Yeah,
but it's not perfect.
definitely not.
What are some of those other limitations that they found?
Well, one of the key ones is its reliance on these high-level tactics.
Oh, what are those?
It's basically like taking shortcuts
Okay.
to get to the answer,
Mm-hmm.
instead of like breaking the proof down step by step,
I see.
like a human would.
So it's not as insightful as a human mathematician.
Yeah, something like that. It's getting the right answer,
Uh-huh.
but maybe not in the most elegant way.
Okay. And what else?
Another limitation is the lack of, like search.
Search.
Yeah, and dynamic interaction with lean. It's very one-sided right now.
Right.
The AI just makes a proof and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
No back and forth.
So it's not really exploring different possibilities?
Exactly. It's like taking a single shot and hoping for the best.
Makes sense. What if it could actually, like, interact with the system more?
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Imagine it could test different approaches,
Right.
get feedback, and refine its strategy.
That would be amazing.
It would. It could lead to some truly powerful reasoning.
Yeah. And it makes me think of those tools they talked about exploring,
Oh, yeah. Like what?
like SIMPI.
Right, for symbolic calculation?
Yeah. They said it could potentially help with the more tedious parts of proofs.
It's definitely a promising area.
Yeah, like giving our AI a super-powered calculator.
Haha, exactly. Freeing it up to focus on the bigger picture.
That's a cool way to think about it.
It raises a good question, though.
What's that?
What other tools could we use to help AI get even better at math?
Yeah, that's a big question for sure.
Yeah, it's a huge question for sure.
Well, it's mind-blowing to think about
What is?
AI solving these math problems that have stumped humans for so long.
I know. It's really incredible.
But what does this mean for, like, the average person?
That's a good point.
Why should someone who's not a mathematician care about AI proving theorems?
It's easy to get lost in all the technical stuff,
Right.
but the potential applications are huge.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
Imagine AI that can help us verify like complex software systems,
Okay.
or design better algorithms,
Huh.
or even discover new math concepts that we don't even understand yet.
So it's not just about advancing theoretical math.
Right, it goes way beyond that.
This could have real-world impact
For sure.
on fields like engineering,
Uh-huh.
finance, medicine, you name it.
Exactly. It could change everything.
Give me an example.
Okay, think about self-driving cars,
Oh, yeah. Those are getting pretty popular.
right? Well, imagine AI that can prove their software is completely correct.
That would be huge.
That would make them way more reliable and safe.
And trustworthy too, I bet.
Exactly. Or what about AI that helps design new drugs?
Okay. How would that work?
By finding patterns in like biological data
Uh-huh.
that humans might miss.
Oh, wow. So it could even help save lives.
Potentially. Yeah. And don't forget about education, too.
Or AI tuners.
Exactly. They can help students understand those tough math concepts.
That's a really cool idea.
It could change how we learn math.
So it's not about replacing human mathematicians then?
Nope, not at all.
It's more about giving them new tools.
Exactly. Like an AI partner.
That's amazing. It really does feel like we're on the verge of some major breakthroughs.
It does.
But like with any powerful tech,
Yeah,
we have to think about the ethics too.
absolutely. We have to be responsible.
Well said. So to everyone listening, I hope this deep dive sparked your curiosity
Me too.
about the potential of AI in the world of math.
It's such a fascinating field.
And this is just the beginning.
Right. Who knows what the future holds?
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and until next time, happy thinking.
Happy thinking. 68.